Hey guys, welcome back to the DAHKTUBE, and today, before we get started, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and to comment in the section topics you'd want me to cover. So today, we'll be doing Pythagoras' theorem. So this is a principle that we use for right-angled triangles, and we know that right angles form 90 degrees. So here, we have A, B, and C. Now, each side of this triangle has a specific name. So A is called the hypotenuse, which is the longest side of the triangle or the side that is opposite the right angle. And B and C is either the opposite or the adjacent depending on where the given angle is. So now we have two examples here. So we're going to start with the triangle on the left here. The longest side here is A. So this is the hypotenuse. We're going to call that HYP for short. Now the angle is right here. So the side that is opposite the angle here is B. So the opposite of the angle is here, which is opposite. We're going to call that OPP for short. Then the other side will automatically be the adjacent, which we're going to call ADJ for short. Now if we go to the triangle on the right, the longest side is the hypotenuse. So again, A is the hypotenuse. Here, the angle is here. So the opposite to the angle is the side C. So here, C is the opposite. And then the other side is automatically the adjacent. So that's how you decide between B and C being the opposite or the adjacent, depending on where the angle is. So this here is the general formula for Pythagoras' theorem. And this is what we use to solve for the right angles. So what this is saying is the square of the hypotenuse, which is this side, which is the A squared, is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides, which is the opposite and the adjacent. So now we're going to try examples. Okay, so let's say we have this example here. We have one side is 5, one side is 12, and the other side is A. So we're solving for A, and based on what this is saying that it is opposite to the right angle. That means A is the hypotenuse. So the general formula is A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared. Again, you can pick B or C to be the adjacent or the opposite. It really does not matter. What matters is where the hypotenuse goes. Then the formula would change. So we're finding A, and we don't know what A is, so we're leaving A squared alone. B, in this case, we're going to say B is 5, so 5 squared plus C, we're going to let C be 12, which is 12 squared. Now we write back the A squared. Now 5 squared, that's 25, plus 12 squared, which is 144. So we write back the A squared again. 144 plus 25, that gives you 169. Now we have A squared and we want A by itself. So what we have to do is square root this, and anything we do to one side of the equation, we have to do to the other side. So we're finding the square root of 169 as well. So the square root, so now we have A is equal to the square root of 169, which is 13. Now this side is 13, and as you should realize, because it is the longest side, that is why this figure is larger than the other two sides. So example 2 here, we have one side is 15, one side is 9, on the other side is B. So that means we're trying to solve what B is. However, what we have to do first is write down the formula. So we have A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared. And we know that A is for the longest side, which is 15, the hypotenuse. So we have 15 squared is equal to B. We don't know what B is, so we're leaving B squared alone, plus C, which is 9 in this case, so 9 squared. So 15 squared is 225. Again, we don't know what B squared is, so we're leaving that alone, plus 9 squared is 81. Now because we want B squared by itself, that means we have to carry over the plus 81. So we have 225 minus 81 is equal to b squared. Now 225 minus 81, that gives you 144, is equal to b squared. Again, you want b by itself, so that means you're finding the square root of b squared, and the square root of 144. So b is equal to 12. So now we have this example that says 5, 4, and c. So that means we're solving for c. So now we write the general form. A squared is equal to b squared plus c squared. Just a point to note, it doesn't always have to be a, b, and c. It can be other letters, just as long as you follow the principle. So now we have a squared, which is 5 squared, b squared, which is 4 squared, plus c squared. We don't know what c is, so we're leaving that alone. So 5 squared is 25, 4 squared is 16, plus c squared. You want this by itself, so that means you're taking this over. So we have 25 minus 16 is equal to c squared. 25 minus 16 is 9, is equal to c squared. And we want to find c by itself, so that means we're finding the square root of both sides. Now the square root of 9 is 3. So that's basically all there is to Pythagoras theorem. You just have to know how to manipulate the formula. So if you don't know how to transpose this in order to make A the subject, B the subject, or C the subject, you can see my transposing video that I'll be posting in the link. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.